Welcome, dear listeners, to Broadcast from Elsewhere. My name is Enigma.
My name is DL.
And today, we're taking a little step back from My Favorite Martian. We're going to do that this week, but we're pushing that back just one more episode because since our good old friend 420 is right around the corner, we wanted to go ahead and cover this amazing movie, Evil Bong, which I understand you have a lot to say about.
This movie gave me a headache. I don't know.
Valid.
Okay, to be fair, I watched it sober. That's my mistake. So, like...
Yeah, I think this is the kind of movie where it's BYOB, bring your own bong. You have to be high to watch it.
That and, like, Leprechaun are, like, two movies now that I've watched sober, and I feel like I committed a cardinal sin by doing so. I was like, this isn't right. Like, I can't be doing this. Also, like, you wanted to show this movie to me because I know comedically little about weed as a whole. So,
yeah.
As a concept...
I know you've said the line... You said the line, doing weed, a few times.
I have said that, so I know embarrassingly little about weed, and I will probably say, doing weed at some point in this episode. So, I've been warned for that. If I do it, I did it on purpose, and you can't prove that anyway.
Exactly, yeah. We're talking about the concept of weed.
We are.
Today, you know, that's an inside joke, but that's...
It's fine.
Anyways, before we started, I did want to mention about this was made by a company called Full Moon Productions. They're a rather infamous, I guess you'd say, company that makes like really low budget horror films. Most famously, the Puppet Master series, which goes on for like 13 movies and apparently just gets worse as it goes.
I think that's too many movies even for a good franchise.
Yeah, like, I mean, even good franchises know when to quit, I feel like.
Yeah, honestly. Unless it's like a super long-spanning franchise, like maybe Star Trek or something, but like, even then...
True. But at least that's a TV series. That's
yeah,
a little
there's a lot
easier.
going on there. There's a lot to the universe. This is just like, people who were like, we don't know when to quit.
Yeah.
I mean, low budget sounds about right. There are 2 sets in this movie.
Yeah, they only have 2 sets. That's all they could afford, was a studio apartment and a strip club.
Yeah. So, shall we jump into the plot?
I mean, yeah, why not?
So, we open on a weed-based credit sequence with a song about weed. Which, you'll see this sequence multiple times in the movie with, like, the transitions between scenes, which you don't even really need a transition from one scene in the apartment to another scene in the apartment. But they use it anyway, and they use
especially...
this, like, shitty, like...
It's supposed to be, like, reggae music.
Oh,
is what
yeah,
it's supposed to be, I think.
I was gonna describe it as that, but I was like, I'm not sure if that's the right word. I wasn't 100% certain. But...
yeah, it's like a reggaeton beat with, like, sort of rapping, kind of.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Our opening shot of the actual movie is of a Jesus bust smoking a blunt. Like in the apartment hallway.
Yeah. It's really setting the stage.
Yeah, for what we're getting into. And do you want to introduce our main character here?
Yeah, so we meet our main character here, this, fucking... stiff dude. His name is Alistair. Not the radio demon, unfortunately. But he's this living nerd emoji.
Literally, that's what I described him as
too. It's what he basically is. Because he's like uses all the big words that you could possibly use, and he's always like super like matter of fact about everything, and like such a fucking square. Like
they're not even always big words. Sometimes it's just less used words, like, oh, we were fibbing. Shut up. Like, it's just nobody talks like this, and it's just nobody talks like anybody in this movie. But it's really, really embarrassing for him. It's just it's bad. So
Yeah. So yeah, Alistair, he knocks on the door of this apartment with the Jesus plant, and a man named Larnell, which is not a name,
No.
answers the phone. Or answers the door, rather. Sorry. Hold on.
What do you have in your notes about
a man
a phone?
named Larnell. Yeah, that's what it is. Let's just go with that. Anyway. Anyways, he answers the door, and he first thinks that Alistair's gonna be like some kind of a narc or whatever, like, that he's coming to confiscate their weed, I guess. A real tragedy. But it turns out Alistair's there just for the room, because apparently they're looking to rent out their room, their studio apartment, which already has 3 people living in it.
This is hell.
Yeah. It's not even that big of an apartment. It looks like maybe 400 square feet.
Yeah, no, there's no way. There's
no way you can have 4 people in that.
Hey, there's a bathroom, and at one point, Alistair tries to go into a bedroom, but there's obviously nothing past that door, so he doesn't.
Yeah, so we meet our other characters. We have Bach, another not a name, and he's just like the party dude. He's the fucking surfer bro.
He has not showered in 8 years.
Doesn't have he's not showered in 8 years, and he does not have a single brain cell to his body.
Yes. He does have a puka shell necklace, though, because this is 2006.
Of course, you gotta have a puka shell necklace. It's required. It's law.
Yes. At least somebody has to, and honestly, Bach feels the most appropriate for it.
And then we also meet Brett, which is the other roommate, who's the baseball star, or used to be baseball star, who has fallen out of the baseball team, basically, at this point. One thing I did want to say about Brett's introduction is that he tells Alistair, oh, you should pump some weights, and then he starts curling a fucking 3-pound barbell.
Oh man, there's also
that's
that is really just, it's like, okay, that's fucking nothing.
It's like a real show of strength there, buddy.
Yeah, for real. There's a bunch of things I noticed about this scene. There's a sewing mannequin with a bra on it, just in this room. It's not a mannequin, it's a sewing mannequin. It's just got a bra on it, and it's just in the room. And then in a later scene, the bra is gone. And then in a later scene, the mannequin is gone. I don't know what is up with this saga.
That's the secret of Evil Bong, is that the Bong is not the true menace, it's the mannequin. It's the sewing mannequin.
Yes. Also, there's a lot of, really bad ADR while Larnell's back is turned. You can tell it was...
Yeah, when he first... Yeah, when he first introduces Alistair, he's like, look, this is your, kingdom or whatever, or whatever he says to, about the room. And you can tell it's just, dubbed in afterwards.
Oh, it's so bad. There's a lot of, stupid stoner shenanigans for a while. Bach has a giant bowl of cereal, and then Brett, throws a shell at it. Bach uses monkey as an expletive. Stoners don't talk nobody talks like this.
God. Yeah, and the shells, because Brett has this trophy shelf that has all his old baseball trophies from when he was still in baseball. And we learned that he got cut from the team because he failed a drug test at one point. So, yeah. And the shell was on his trophy case, or his trophy shelf, and he's all fucking anal about that. So, but I love the thing that Bach says when he gets the fucking shell of his fishbowl. Like, man, I can't even hear the ocean anymore. You busted it.
Yeah, and then Bach says, "Whatever, queer," because this is 2006. And then Alistair said something very funny to me, where he refers to smoking weed as, quote, partaking in the activity. And I wrote, shut up, man, only I get to talk about weed like that.
Yeah, that's my trademark.
That's
How
my
dare
thing,
you?
is talking about weed in a hilariously wrong way. So, the main point of this scene, when it finally gets around to the point, is Larnell gets a magazine, and there's an ad in the magazine for a bong, an antique, apparently giant bong, that's, like, haunted. And it says in the ad that it's haunted, and they're like, sick, let's get the haunted bong. So Larnell buys the bong.
Yeah, for real, like, because it tells them, like, the previous owner is deceased, it might be haunted, and then it says we're not responsible for any adverse effects it may have, or something like that. And they're still like, yeah, let's get that. So
they buy the bong. We get our very first weed transition to Larnell playing a video game with a very, very bad song. I wrote some of the lyrics, or a lyric of this song, in my notes. Quote, "Spring break, what you gonna do to make that ass shake?" And that's about as poetic as the lyrics are for the rest of the song. It's truly terrible.
Yeah. Also, I wanted to point out that Larnell in this scene is playing a Super NES, and he's playing Super Mario World, which also for some reason has the sound effects of what I think might be Galaga, because it sounds like I can hear like explosions and things happening and like shooting.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
sound
it doesn't
like Mario.
It doesn't sound like Mario.
And it's
also, he's just like running in a circle as Mario and like jumping around and shit. He's not even playing the level.
Just button mashing. So Alistair is like annoyed with the fucking noises, so he goes over and just unplugs the computer. And why did you get this apartment if you wanted to focus on your studies?
For real. I mean, to be fair, when at the beginning he does say like, I thought I had my own room, like in the ad. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing Larnell like did a little bit of some
fibbing.
What do you call it? Some fibbing, yeah, in the ad, you know, just a little bit of lying.
Fibbing,
you know.
if you're fucking Alistair and you use words that nobody uses because you're a nerd.
Yeah.
Like, Alistair is an insufferable killjoy, and Larnell is an annoying asshole, and I hate everyone in this movie. This is just... Everybody sucks, except for the final girl character we meet later, who's, like, kind of okay. But... for the most part, everybody sucks. So, the creepy delivery man...
Oh, yes. This is where the delivery man comes in, yes.
The creepy delivery man shows up, he delivers the bong in a giant box, and it's also a giant bong. Like, it is a... like, I wrote that it was a giant box before they got the bong out of the box. It is a very large bong.
Yeah, it is way too big to be a bong, honestly. It's, also, it has, like, pipes coming off of it, like tubes, which is more like what you'd see in a hookah machine, not a bong.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too. I, again, don't know a lot about weed, but I know that is weird.
Yeah, you see, like, even someone who doesn't know weed, I feel like, would know that something's wrong here.
Yeah, so Larnell is just enamored with this thing, and he says, "It's shaped like a beautiful woman, bro." No? How high are you? No, it is not.
I was like, is he already stoned? Because, like, he says it looks like a woman, but it certainly does not. Like, it is nowhere near a woman.
It is
at all.
Blue, it is, like, it's shaped, it's not shaped like a person, obviously. It's got, like, a face on it, but no.
Yeah, it has a face of a woman. But, like, I could have understood if you said, like, oh, it's got a woman's face on it, because it does, kind of. Yeah. I mean, it's a little, like, gremlin-y or whatever, but it's definitely a chick's face. Like, it has, like, lipstick, and it speaks with a female's voice, so, like...
So, Brett and Alistair are, like, not impressed with the bong. And Larnell says, probably one of my favorite quotes in the movie, "You two are a cloud of fuck dust."
Yeah.
So they all
also like they immediately like they immediately, as soon as they pull it out, just decide, oh, let's go ahead and like right away, let's use this right now. Like, they don't even like for me, I feel like I would want to at least like clean something out that just like that's been in storage for however long because this person died using it, or died before they using it, I guess. And also, like, I don't know, it's a bong. Maybe you should, fill it with water. That's what you're supposed to do with bongs.
You're supposed to put water in it, and they just kind of don't.
They pack in the weed, they take one hit, and it's all gone suddenly after that.
Yeah. Nobody's
There's
concerned.
more to cover that before that, but go ahead.
Nobody's concerned that the bong has a face. Like, nobody is
no
just
one
like, that's
ever
weird.
like raises any issue. I mean, at this point, it doesn't really have like a fully defined face. It gets more defined as the movie goes on, but it's still like you can see like if you look close enough, you can see like the little like eye carvings and like the lips probably, but like,
And then we get another song about weed. Well, they all take hits from the bong. I wrote in parentheses, I hope that's the right terminology.
Yeah, taking hit is right.
Okay.
Taking a hit is correct. Good job.
I figured
Look
it
at
was, but I just like a little part of my brain was like, maybe this is another doing weed scenario. So Bach gets so high that he falls over, which I don't think is normal.
Especially not from one hit. No.
Yeah, Alistair. I should mention, or we should mention that Alistair does not take any hits at all because he believes that it will kill his brain cells, and he's like, no, I'm not partaking. So he's just like sitting there super uncomfy, like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, he doesn't smoke. For most of the movie, he doesn't smoke from the bong, which I guess is to be expected of him, honestly.
Yeah.
But let's see. After we do that, we do another. He puts it up on like the trophy display, even though Brett like doesn't want it up there, and we have like another little weed transition because we have to have more.
Yep.
And this is the scene where the bong is glowing in the middle of the night.
Yep.
And Alistair sees it and does absolutely nothing.
Yeah, he walks up to it, gets real up and close, and then it's just like, might as well go to bed.
Yeah. He doesn't give two shits. He's like, oh, a glowing bong. Cool.
As you do.
Doesn't it talk in the scene too? I think it talks
just
in
says,
the scene, right?
it whispers, I need more, like, over and over again, and, like, I need to feed, and, like, hissing and stuff. As you do. I can't believe I'm saying these sentences with a straight face. This is such a stupid movie.
It really is. And right after that scene, we cut to 24 hours later because there apparently was nothing that could happen at all.
Yeah, nothing interesting could have possibly happened in 24 hours with an evil bong in an apartment. But what is this movie?
I just like that we had a weed transition. We had like maybe a minute of film, and then we had a like, what do you call it? I
think it was a clock wipe.
Like a time skip. Yeah, we had a clock. We had a time skip, and like immediately after the fucking transition that we just had. It's like, why? What was the point?
And so we cut to 24 hours later. Bach and Larnell are taking more hits from the bong. And who walks in? Brett walks in with his girlfriend, friend with benefits, whatever. They're definitely fucking. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Luann.
The names are Luann and Janet.
No, is Janet here yet?
Yeah, Janet comes in with them. Janet's the blonde girl. Remember, she comes in with them. But Luann is the one he's like. He's definitely fucking. I don't know what else he's doing, but he's definitely fucking her.
So Janet looks like the nice girl next door, final girl, definitely gonna survive stereotype, and Luann is like just revealing and wearing tons of makeup, and she go die.
She go die.
I'm sorry, it's horror movie rules.
Yeah.
So
this bitch gonna die.
Yeah, bitch gonna die.
Sorry, go on.
So Larnell hits on Janet. She rejects him. and Luann is like, fuck this noise, let me steal some weed. This has no bearing on the plot.
Yeah, of course not. Not at all. It's only to set up, like, the characters, I think, like, the girls. Because, like, they do come back later. And, like, Janet is, like, somewhat interested in Alistair, I guess, for some reason.
Yeah, but in this scene, she's not interested in him at all. Like, he tries to, like, hit on her, but there's, like, soap around his groin area, and she's just like, haha, there's soap around your dick. And he's like, oh my god. And this whole scene, there's zero chemistry. And then later on, she's all over him. Like, spoiler for Evil Bong, but...
Oh no, spoilers for Evil Bong, the masterpiece that everyone needs to watch.
Please don't watch this movie, unless you're high, or you want to suffer. But it's not good.
Or you could watch any of the 8 sequels that they have as well.
Yeah, there are a fuck ton of sequels, for no reason.
Well, technically there's 7 sequels and 1 crossover film that's with the Ginger Dead Man, which is another Full Moon Productions character.
Yes, voiced by Gary Busey.
Yes, at least in the first film. I think he drops out on the second one, but still, that's ridiculous that he's there.
So, back to Evil Bong, back to this riveting tale. Bach is absolutely stoned out of his mind. We get the embarrassing soap around the groin scene. It's so embarrassing. It's so hard to watch.
Oh yeah, the soap around the groin thing. And what I wanted to say was, like, they make the joke of, like, are you just happy to see us? And, like, they point at his, like,
but it's soap.
Groin covered in soap. It's soap. It's like, do you not know what jizz looks like? I'm sorry,
soap.
but, like, I feel like Luann at least knows because, like, the way she acts. But, like, come on, like, it's soap. It looks nothing like that.
Yeah, it's not okay. Whatever. This movie's stupid.
Like, I'm sorry, but yeah.
Yeah. What are we? This is gonna be like literally an hour of us pointing out the logical inconsistencies in Evil Bong. Like, what are we doing?
We're having fun. We're having fun. If we say it loud enough, it'll be true. I'm sorry.
So Luann is like, that bong is huge and gross, and she goes to leave, but the bong cusses her out.
Yeah.
It calls her a bitch.
Yeah, as it should, honestly.
I mean, yeah. And she thinks it was Larnell. She thinks this, like, sassy woman's voice was Larnell.
Yeah, because that's what Larnell sounds like. Of
sure.
Course. Totally. This fucking dude bro with the goatee sounds like a sassy lady, of course.
Yeah. And this is where the movie gets wild. Because,
oh yeah, because you cut to later that night, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We cut to later that night, and Bach is like, or the bong is like whispering to him again, to Bach, because Bach is like sleeping there, and she's like, "You're mine," and he like gets sucked into the bong dimension or whatever the fuck it is.
I called it the bong dimension in my notes, but like, that's such a ridiculous phrase to write over and over again. I'm questioning a lot of things right now. But the bong creates a portal to a strip club. Bach is there. He's like, damn, like, this is great. There's strippers everywhere. I wrote, this movie took 27 minutes to get to the female nudity. That's restraint.
Yeah, for real. I honestly wouldn't have expected a lot worse from this movie. Or at least a lot, like, sooner, I should say.
Yeah. There's a sequence where there's a weird tiki statue smoking a blunt, and then a little person shows up to warn Bach about the ladies. Like, I'm confused.
Yeah. They're supposed to be characters from other Full Moon production films.
Right.
They're cameos, basically. Because we do see, like, the Ginger Dead Man later as another cameo.
Yeah.
And there's also, later on, when Brett and his whatever she is gets sucked into the Bong dimension, they see one of the Puppet Master puppets as well, the clown guy.
Oh, okay, that's what that was. But you don't know what's up with
I know the doll is from Doll Graveyard.
Oh,
and
okay.
the little person is from something called Decadent Evil. I've never seen either of those films, though. so I don't know anything about them.
Right. Well, okay.
But those two characters show up. Yeah.
So, this...
Also, I just want to say, this is... The doll, the little tribal-looking doll, is named Ooga Booga, which feels very insensitive.
That is definitely insensitive for sure. Oh, goodness. Yikes. Well, a lady walks up to Bach. She's got, like, a robe on. She takes it off. She's got a bra with skulls on the boobs.
Yeah, he's like, whoa, goth boobs.
Yeah, he says that, and the skull tits... The skull tits. I'm saying these things out loud, okay. The skull tits bite Bach's neck, and he bleeds out, and things get... I mean, it's not, like, gory, but, like, there's some blood. It's not good. It's not good effect.
It's very bloody, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely like Fruit Punch or something.
Yeah.
It's not blood. It doesn't look like blood.
When the special effects look worse than Leprechaun, you know you did something wrong.
Yeah. I don't know if I looked to see if they have... I want to see if I can find the budget for this film, actually.
Oh, yeah, that is a good... Yeah, it can't be...
I'm very curious.
It can't be more than, like, 500,000. Like...
Yeah, no, I don't imagine it can be, like...
Because, like, where could it have gone?
It went to the 2 sets and to making the one bong prop.
I also, like... I really hope that the background stripper ladies in this movie got, like, a lot of money, because they look so disinterested, and they look so uncomfortable, and I hope they got reimbursed for this garbage that they were in.
Okay, so after he gets drained, I think that's when we go to the next day, right?
Yes, we zoom out from the Bong portal sequence, we cut to the next day. Brett comes home, and the boys find out that Bach is on the couch dead. Dun dun dun. And so...
Yeah. And also the fucking Alistair, when he goes over there to see the body, he's like, he's expired! And it's like,
oh
just fucking God. Say dead, you
Talk
fucking
like a human
nerd.
person!
God damn it. Real.
So, Larnell says, bro, what a buzzkill, which is a very normal thing to say when your friend dies.
Of course, like... Because like, he wants to have a party, or he calls it a party. It's two other people. That's not a party, Brett. I'm sorry.
That's just inviting 2 people over. But okay. Everyone freaks out about what to do with the body, and then we get this really boring, really pointless scene where Larnell's grandfather shows up.
Oh yeah, we meet Cyrus, which is Larnell's grandfather, who cut him off earlier at some point in his life, due to him, like, flunking law school. So Cyrus is there, he meets Larnell at the door, more or less. And, well, they have to hide Bach's dead body first, though, when Cyrus comes to the door.
So they hide it 3 feet to the left.
Yeah, they find it 3 feet to the left. They put it on top of, like, the little mattress that Bach sleeps on, and you just cover it in, like, dirty laundry and pillows. So respectful of your dead friend.
Yeah, very, very respectful, very considerate, very normal thing to do. They don't call the cops because they're like, oh no, weed's not legal. They're gonna bust us for having all these drugs. And I'm just like, clean up the drugs, get the bong out of there, and, spray Febreze if you have to, and then call the fucking cops. Your friend is dead. He died.
Right? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know, put the weed in your car or something. Okay, none of these guys probably have cars. What am I talking about? But, like, just do something.
They could at least, like, give all the weed to one person and, like, have him, like, leave the apartment for a while.
Yeah.
Or something. Just be like, here, Brett, shove this weed in your pants and go to the park or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, instead we'll just hide the dead body in a mattress under your laundry. So respectful of our dead friend.
Exactly.
But once they do that, Alistair puts the bong behind the couch, very conspicuous.
Yes.
And they enter the door.
And the grandpa comes in, basically just, like, yells at Larnell and is like, you're a disappointment, I hate you, you're the worst. You and your stupid friends, I hate all of you. But I wanted to introduce you to my girlfriend. Her name is Rosemary. She's right here. And everyone's like, oh my God, you're rich. you could get, like, a hot babe, and this, like, nice, very sweet-looking, sleepy old lady walks in and just sits down on the couch and is just like, hello. And they're all like, ew, what the fuck? Like, they treat her like a monster.
Yeah, they start, like, roasting her, and they're, like, all, like, shocked, like, what the fuck is this thing? It's like, it's a woman.
Yeah, it's an old
woman.
lady. An old man is dating an old lady. How dare he? What the fuck is up with this movie?
Right, like, I think they were expecting, like, some, like, you know, like, bimbo who, like, wanted, like, a sugar daddy or something.
Yeah. But, so, we get another retransition. The boys, Cyrus has left, and so has Rosemary. And then we get, and I don't know why that even happened, but we get
It really has, like, no bearing on the plot whatsoever, except for, like, Cyrus comes back at one point. Like, that's it.
Yeah, in the weed dimension later. But,
yeah.
How'd he get there? Who knows? We'll get there. So, the boys trash talk the old lady for a while. Still genuinely confused on that. So, then they're like, oh yeah, our friend is dead. We need to talk about that. So they think that the weed itself killed him.
Yeah, because which is not, I don't think that's something that can happen. Maybe it is, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can you die via weed overdose? Like, I that's a decent question.
I generally don't think that's possible, but, like,
yeah,
I know, like, you can get, like you can have a lot of, like, a really bad trip or something, but I don't know if you can overdose and die. Except, like, maybe through, like, except maybe, like, through, like, death by misadventure or something like that, but, like, you know.
So, the girls are about to show up, and Brett is like, let's throw the body down the stairs and get it the next day.
Yeah, like, literally they're gonna just put it downstairs. They later say that that he's, like, in the garbage, basically. That's so fucking, that's so fucked.
That's so fucked. What great friends, man. What fucking great friends just to do that.
Yeah, and, like, Brett, like, gives Al Sawyer, like, a little pep talk, like, oh yeah, Janet's totally into you, dude, or whatever, and, like, before, like,
Is there a reason for Brett to be nice to Alistair?
I don't know.
Like, is there a reason for him to be doing
I don't know,
this?
but they're like, actually, like, nice to each other for the most part, it seems like, because, like, they all get along, despite, like, Alistair being, like, a total fucking square. They all get along pretty well, it seems, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah, but, like, at the beginning of the movie, like, Brett was kind of like, oh, nerd, and then, like, we're just immediately like, oh, like, she's in love with you, bro, like, she's totally the right one for you, bro, which is weird to me, like, that doesn't, whatever, I mean, again, what are we doing here?
Yeah, like, he's also kind of nice earlier in the movie when the delivery man comes by and he, like, makes them tip him, because, like, yeah. Brett, like, goes like, oh, you spotted Larnell? I thought you were smarter than that, man. Come on.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's weird that he's nice sometimes and a douchebag bully other times. Like, I don't get it. But regardless, we get another weed transition. Number 4, by the way. Yeah. This is where I stopped counting, I think. Because I think there might be more, but I don't think I have them in my notes. The Bong is talking now. And Larnell is sweet-talking it back because he's high out of his mind. And weed doesn't cause hallucinations, does it? Like...
No, it's not hallucinogenic or anything.
So he's just like, oh, the weed is making me see the Bong as a lady and hear a voice. Like, what?
Like, unless there's, like, some kind of special, like, breed I don't know about. As far as I know, I've never had any hallucinations from that. Yeah.
I don't get it. So, Larnell takes another hit from the Bong. The Bong moans, which is weird. And then we're back in the Bong like, portal dimension.
Because it, like, really, like, kind of, like, seduces him or whatever. Like, it's like...
Yeah, it calls
it's like sweet-talking him and, like...
It's so weird.
Yeah, it's like trying to seduce him. It's so fucking weird, and he gets sucked into the Bong dimension again, like you said, yeah.
And now the Bong has, like, an entire face. Like, it's not just, like, the outline indent of a face. It's, like, an entire face. Because it's getting stronger, I guess.
Yeah.
So, we're at the strip club again. We're at set number 2. So, we find that Bach isn't dead inside of the Bong dimension. Not sure how this works, but he's like, because he died, both in real life and in the Bong dimension.
Yeah, because he got, like, drained of all his blood and everything, or whatever. But he's still somehow,
Can you
like,
just
kicking
not
around.
die? Can you just not die in the Bong dimension? Everybody's indestructible in the Bong dimension. In the Bong dimension, we're all I-Man.
It's...
Okay. So
that was great.
So shitty dad rock plays while some strippers dance. The ginger dead man shows up, makes a cameo. The grandpa's here.
Yeah. Yeah, the ginger dead man also was fucking, like, disgusting. I'm sorry, like...
Yeah, no, it's ugly.
Well, like, not just that, but also, like, he's, like, so fucking vulgar about, like, how he wants to, like, bang these like, stripper girls or whatever.
Yeah, it's
because I think he says lines like about like because he's a cookie. He's like, oh, I think he says something like, oh, I want to put my cream in her or something like that. I was like, stop it, like actually stop it, please.
I didn't even get that. Oh God.
Yeah, it's like, uncomfortable.
Yikes, okay. The grandpa and Larnell have an argument, and a bouncer, a ridiculous looking bouncer, takes the grandpa away.
Which I don't know why the grandpa was there. I don't know if he was like just like something the Bong like conjured up for him, or if he was like actually trapped in the Bong dimension.
But like, because like the only way you can get trapped in the Bong dimension is if you take a hit from the Bong. So he didn't do that. So like, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm thinking it must have just been like conjured up, like as a thing.
Yeah.
Like for Evie is the name of the Bong, by the way. Apparently the sequels.
Oh.
So
Evie,
I guess
okay.
Evie like. Yeah, I guess Evie, like, conjured him up or some shit.
So, we get a similar song and dance to, What Happened to Bach, with one of the strippers has a shark bra. It's not a skull bra this time, it's a shark bra, with glowing eyes, and it kills him. And these bras are, like, just, like, toys or whatever, like really like cheap looking plastic props, like hot glued to a regular black bra. Not to, nitpick the costume design in Evil Bong, but like it's just lazy. Do better, yeah. Evil Bong.
I'm sorry, but I just had the stupidest thought of the guy from like We Can Be Heroes, and it's just like, oh, she's got shark tits.
Oh my god. I love that line. I hate that movie. That's the best line in that movie, and that's even better. Oh my god. She's got shark tits. So Larnell is dead again. Or not again. He died.
He dies
presumably
for, real this time.
For the first time.
He gets his hand bit off by like the shark tits or whatever.
Yeah. This is ridiculous, but I mean, I'm here for it. This movie is a lot more entertaining than like Leprechaun was, in my opinion. But it's not
at
good.
Least there's
it's
like,
very bad.
It's not good, but it's like it's more fun to like laugh at and like point out things that I almost want to see. Like at least I almost want to at least check out the second one just to see what it's about, like on my own time. Like, okay, then we transition to the I guess it's like later that day or like the next day. The girls have come by, and it's Janet, Luann, and Brett and Alistair are all like hanging out, and Larnell's just passed out on the couch. No one gives two shits that he's there, or well, not on the couch. He's like on a lazy boy, but still.
Alistair, Janet, and Brett and Luann play a trivia game with Alistair and Janet on one team and Brett and Luann on the other team. And like, why would Brett and Luann agree to this? Like, they seem like the kind of people who would hate trivia and also not agree to be in a trivia game against these two, like, super smart nerds. So, like,
yeah, because Janet's like
this.
because like Janet's a psych major, they say earlier in the film, so like she's clearly also smart. Like, especially compared to these guys.
So
Also, this
so
is
in
not
this
much
scene,
of a party, I would say.
Yeah, it's not really a party, it's just kind of a hangout, like, just people hanging out.
This is just a date
or
night.
whatever.
This is just a date night that they didn't want to admit was a date night.
Yeah, it's just a double date night, really. But that leads into my next point, which is now Janet likes Alistair. Now there's chemistry there. There wasn't before. You cannot convince me there wasn't any before, but now there is. So everyone except Alistair takes hits from the bong, and there's more bad weed music. And this is like the most embarrassing scene in the movie. Where
this is the scene where Luann just goes crazy. I put it in my notes. Did someone lace her weed with crack or something? Because
this is not what people do when they're high. I've been around people that were high, and this is not what happens. No.
Because she just runs around screaming like, "I'm horny," basically.
Yeah, I wrote, being stoned apparently turns Luann into a feral animal because she's crazed. She's, like, crazed for Brett. She's, like, all over him. She's jumping on top of him. She blows up a condom like a balloon.
Yeah, she blows up a condom like a balloon for some reason, and then, like, runs over and humps his leg like a dog.
It's so hard to watch. It's so embarrassing. It goes
on
for a while, too, and...
Yeah, and then she gets on a pogo stick for some reason and, like, starts hopping around the pogo stick, just chanting, "I'm horny." I'm like, okay. I felt so wrong watching that part.
I felt very uncomfortable.
I was like, I hope my neighbors can't hear this.
Oh my god. Oh no, what if... Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that.
Because I made the wise decision to plug in to my TV so I could watch it on the big screen, and I was like, "Oh no, oh no."
I watched this on a laptop, so I don't think my neighbors heard it, but oh man. She eventually, after like what feels like 20 minutes, Luann crawls on top of Brett and falls asleep, and Janet and Alistair take the opportunity to get all frisky, because apparently Janet's character has completely changed over the course of 2 seconds. Yeah, she claims that she gets she gets like this when she's high, apparently. That's a little more believable than whatever the fuck happened to Luann.
Yeah, I think being just like slightly more promiscuous is more likely than being like a fucking cokehead and jumping around the room.
Sex-crazed animal.
Yeah. But as the two of them are making out and like, you know, getting frisky and stuff, Alistair like notices at the corner of his eye that Larnell like isn't moving. So he pushes her off and like rushes over and like checks his pulse, and he's like, "Oh my god, he's dead."
Oh, now he says dead. Wow.
Yeah, now he says dead for some reason. Because, like, earlier he's like, he's expired. He's passed on. Yeah. And they're like, it's like, just fucking say dead. God damn.
Bro. So they finally discover that he's dead. And they've had this whole party, and they're finally like, why is this guy just still passed out on the couch? Oh, okay. And then they realize that the bong is responsible. And yeah, this is when shit gets real. We're at you know, climax of the movie time, kind of, not really.
Yeah, ish.
We're getting close.
Like, more or less. We're getting close. We're almost there. Yeah, because now Brett and Luann both enter the bong world together. And, alright. And, like, Luann immediately is, like, attracted to this Jack-in-the-Box that she sees. She's like, "Oh, this is so hot," or something like that. It's a Jack-in-the-Box. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
But she winds it up, and a little clown guy comes out, which is, I said it was from Puppet Master earlier. It's actually from, I think it's called Deadly Toys or something like that. It's something. It's another Full Moon production thing. Is the point? It's really stupid. It's.
I had a couple questions about the strip club bong dimension, which is a sentence I just said out loud. So, like, what if someone, like, leaves. Like, I guess, like, the point is that you wouldn't, because it's supposed to be this, like, idyllic dystopia to a high, or utopia, sorry, to a high person. But, like, it's like, what if you, like, went to the door and left? Are the doors locked? Are they, is it just emptiness? Is there a whole world? Do you leave? What happens?
I think there is no exit, maybe, because I know that there's, like, later, they run into, like, other guys who are like, hey, do you know where the exit is? And they can't, like they've seen they've been in there for, I guess, maybe years or so. It could be kind of like, it could also be like, maybe it's like, where they don't want to leave, like, or the I'm guessing here, because the movie doesn't tell you shit, but
no, it doesn't.
My assumption is that, like, you can't actually escape the Bong world.
Yeah. So, Luann is, like, disgusted by the strippers, which doesn't make too much sense for her character, in my opinion.
Yeah, you would think she'd be, like, I guess maybe she just, like, doesn't, maybe she'd be more into it if they were men. Maybe she's just not into girls or something.
Yeah, I mean, fair, but, like, it just, it doesn't make sense for somebody who is apparently, like, dresses in revealing clothes and, like, goes around probably having a lot of sex to just be like, ew, strippers. Like, I don't know if that makes sense to me. I don't know if I don't know. It just makes little sense to me.
Yeah, it did seem a little, like, weird for her character, because, like, you'd think she'd just, and then she just kind of disappears. I don't really know what, she just kind of, like, gets, like, dragged off and just disappears for the rest of the movie.
Just carries her away, and she's just gone. So there's this one stripper who Brett is like, oh my god, I know you, I recognize you, and she's like, yeah, let me show you my lips bra. It's got, like, it's basically just candy lips, just taped to it, basically. Like wax lips.
Yeah, and this lady was supposed to be someone that they talked about earlier.
Okay.
Because they had talked about her earlier because what do you call it? They were talking about, like, oh, there's no such thing as, like, a bad high, just like, and, like, Bach says, like, something about, like, oh, there's no such thing as a bad high, just like a bad BJ, they don't exist, or something like that. And he mentions, like, this one chick who, like, apparently used way too much teeth. He said, like, she had teeth like a piranha, or something like that.
Her teeth look normal. But whatever.
Like, apparently, I guess she just was a little too,
Is she big?
Yeah, you use them a little too much down there, I guess.
So, I'm also unclear on how the lip bra killed him. Like, did the mouths open?
I'm assuming the mouth opened, and I think the bra was giving him oral?
Okay.
Because, like, you notice her chest is, like, you know, towards that area. Like, she leans down and has, like, the chest, like, near that. I think it's supposed to be near that area. It looks more like it's on his gut, but I'm assuming they're supposed to be, like, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that was, like, that was the joke he made about her, was that she used so much teeth in the bedroom. So, like, I guess.
Yeah.
That's how he died. But I guess they opened, because otherwise they didn't look like they opened, though. They looked like, just like you said, like wax lips, like little, like, lipstick things. They don't look like anything.
Yeah. So, back in the real world, Janet and Alistair are like, oh shit, shit's getting real over here. And Janet's like, oh no, I'm going into the Bong dimension because I took a hit. And Alistair's like, oh no, and it's, like, really dramatic and stupid. Then we get our Tommy Chong cameo. He shows up.
Yeah, I don't know how much they paid him to be in this movie, but it probably wasn't enough.
Oh, probably not.
I don't know how he managed. I don't know why he's in this. I guess it's because it's a weed comedy. So, like, we have to have the weed man in the weed comedy.
Yeah. So,
because Tommy Chong is famous. You probably know him from Cheech and Chong, which is a famous, like, comedy duo for weed movies.
Yeah. He shows up.
I know you specifically won't know him, but, like,
I was
other
not
people
familiar,
might.
but yeah. So he shows up. Says his name is Jimbo, which is a stupid name. but all the names in this movie are stupid, pretty much. He's like, I am the widower of the previous owner of the Bong, and who, like, sold it online. Like, it was his ex-wife, so it used to belong to him. All of his friends died from it. He got away.
Yeah, because, like, his ex-wife, or maybe current wife, he doesn't call her his ex, he just keeps calling her his wife. But either way, whatever she is to him, she apparently put the Bong up for sale without his knowledge and made up the story that he was dead because I guess she wants him dead, apparently, which is a great relationship to have.
I don't know what's wrong with some people. What is wrong with the boomer generation just hating their spouses? But
for real.
Alistair agrees to take a hit from the Bong and risk death to save a girl he barely knows at all, because horniness is a powerful thing.
Apparently so, even to Alistair, of all people.
There's this, like, reaction shot here where Jimbo gives the most serious expression anyone has ever given to someone taking a Bong hit. Like, he's just staring at him intently. Like, serious, dramatic expression. And it's like...
Yeah, oh, and he also gives him these, like, mystery pill things. It's like, I think they're vitamins.
Okay, sure. Yeah, these Deus Ex Machina vitamins.
Yeah, I put in the notes, oh, it's Deus Ex Chong. It's Deus Ex Chong.
Yeah.
Because he just comes out of nowhere. He just opens the door, which I guess was just unlocked. He just opens their dorm door, comes inside and's like, hey guys, this is my Bong. Here's vitamins. Smoke.
Sure. So, the Bong asks why he and Jimbo came here, and Jimbo takes out a hammer, and finally someone thinks to try to break the Bong. It doesn't work, but, like, finally somebody's like, let's destroy the thing.
Yeah, because the hammer just, like, bounces right off of it, and the chainsaw... He also brings out a chainsaw, and, like, it just, like, sparks at it. It doesn't do anything.
Where was the chainsaw?
I don't know.
Did he bring it with him, or was it just in the apartment?
I hope he brought it with him, because I don't trust any of those three guys with a with the chainsaw.
For real. So, back at the Bong Dimension strip club, Alistair gets accosted by 3 strippers. Where are the 3 other boys?
I don't know. Like, I don't know if they just
like
they have, like, their own Bong dimensions or something, but I don't think so, because, like, they see each other later.
But,
because they see Jimbo and Janet in
Yeah.
there, too, like, or Alistair does, I mean. So, like...
And Larnell saw Bach.
Yeah.
Larnell and Bach met up.
So, I don't know.
That just doesn't make sense to me.
But, yeah, Jimbo is still, like, attempting to do it, like, the destruction and all that, but, Alistair does not get, like, seduced by the strippers at all, because, like, the Bong is, like, trying hard to seduce them with the strippers, but it's not working. And he says, like, something like, was it you cursed narcotic paraphernalia? I was like, shut up, Alistair.
Yeah, you cursed narcotic paraphernalia. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Nobody talks like that. So, yeah, Janet's in a cage with a male stripper who's, like, wearing an army helmet. This is weird, right?
Yeah, he's wearing an army helmet and he has, like, highlighter orange, like, codpiece for some reason.
And, yeah, it's weird. So, Alistair just walks right through the bars of the cage and is like, leave her alone! And he just kind of, like, does.
Also, like... I
don't know.
Were there stairs leading up to the cage? Because the cage looks like it's in the air.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's just stairs off screen. Or maybe you can float in the Bong dimension, who knows?
You can fly in the Bong dimension. You live forever in the Bong dimension.
I'm scared of the Bong dimension. So, Janet really wants to stay because she's high, she's all giggly. She's like, no, I want to stay here. And Alistair's like, we're leaving. They meet a middle-aged man in a suit, and that has no bearing on anything. But it's like a cameo.
Yeah. I think he's meant to be, one of Jimbo's friends, maybe.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
That's my assumption.
That makes sense. I was thinking that maybe.
Because they also meet another guy later on, in the same kind of sense. Okay, yeah. So yeah, they try to leave, and Janet's too stoned and all that. He still keeps trying to break through to Janet, but nothing happens. The Bong starts telling him its plans now at this point, where
yeah,
because it's like, I want to make the whole world high and put them all in my Bong dimension.
This is the stupidest movie I've seen in a long time. This is so dumb.
Yeah, and Alistair gives her like this patriotic speech.
Yeah, I wrote that too.
Out of fucking nowhere. It's like, this is a.
I wrote too.
It's like, this is
oddly
America. We
patriotic.
get high when we want to.
Yeah, I wrote that in my. I wrote this too. That this is like so oddly patriotic, where he's just like, "This is America, and people have the right to get high whenever they want to," and it's like, I'm so okay, whatever. Also, at one point, like right before this, Janet knocks Alistair's glasses off, and he's completely unfazed. Like, he's just like, anyway, no, you need those to see.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I don't know if he actually is wearing glasses for sight at this point, because he's taken them off a few times in the movie, and it's just like, well, do you actually need those, or like, is it for posterity's sake? Like, what the fuck?
It's to keep up the, the nerd emoji aesthetic. It's
yeah.
To commit to the bit, really.
Gotta do it.
So Alistair, so Jimbo is like trying to defeat the Bong, but it like hotboxes the place.
Yeah, it just starts spitting out smoke out of the top of it. Like the mouth hole. I don't know what the fuck to call it, really. But anyway. Well, okay, what usually was a mouth hole on like most bongs, because like most bongs you're supposed to, take it from the top, the little spout at the top, instead of, using a fucking hookah tube that it has for some reason.
Yeah. Also, speaking of the hookah tubes, they like move around like tentacles in this scene.
Yeah, apparently they just apparently they just like pumped air into the bong and just like made the the pipes like wrap around.
Jesus, okay. Just compressed air, maybe?
Yeah, like they just blast compressed air into the bong, like behind the scenes. That's what they were doing. Like they just like blasted compressed air into the bong, okay. And like made the little tentacles like wrap around.
Sure. Tentacles. So, Alistair has the Ex Machina vitamins. He returns Janet to normal, and they get out of there somehow. But now Jimbo's in the weed dimension.
Yeah, Jimbo's in the dimension, like, right there, and then, like, they run off after seeing him. They're like, oh my god, I'm sorry, we don't have any, vitamins. He's like, it's okay, I'll take care of this.
Yeah, and he's strapped the bomb, to his chest.
Yeah, he strapped a bomb to his chest. Yeah, because he had a bomb, and he was like, because, like, right before, he appeared in the dimension, he was like, I'll stop you with this, or whatever, and he's got, like, fucking, like, classic like cartoon bomb where it's like a bunch of TNT strapped to a clock.
Yep. And that's when the Bong hotboxes the place. But now he's got it strapped to him, and he's like, I'm gonna blow you up, and he blows up the Bong with the bomb, and there's a terrible VFX explosion.
For real.
Yeah.
And then, like, we cut to the dorm, and everyone is, like, waking up somehow. Like, everyone's alive still, for some reason.
Yeah.
And Bach
Janet
even comes up...
I'm willing to buy.
Yeah.
I'm willing to buy that
like,
Janet and Alistair are okay. And even Luann, because, like, Luann didn't die, she just got carried off. But the three, like, stoner boys, like, those guys died.
Yeah, like, died in the Bong dimension. Like, they got killed by the weird bras and stuff.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
3 people in this movie die via bras. 3. That's ridiculous.
3.
That's too many.
It's definitely more than I would expect. Even 1 is more than I would expect, to be fair, though.
Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting. But it wasn't that.
Yeah, and Bach comes back up the stairs and is like, like, guys, I woke up under a bunch of trash or something like that. It's like what the fuck's wrong with you guys? Like, you put him in the dumpster, I guess? Like, what?
So, Alistair is like, where's Jimbo? And nobody asks who Jimbo is, despite him and Janet being the only ones who ever saw him.
Yeah, I thought that was weird too, because I was like, no one else here knows who Jimbo is. Only you and Janet know who Jimbo is, because like he showed up after everyone was passed out or dead or whatever.
And so they're all like, I don't know.
And he's like, oh, I guess he died to save us. What a hero.
What a fucking hero. So, then it's like the end, but no, it's not the end. We get a fucking post-credit sequence, basically. And it's literally just Jimbo surrounded by topless women, and they play with Hot Wheels. That's not a euphemism. It's literally toy cars. The end.
Yeah, no, because they're like... Because he's like, the stripper girls are all around him, and they're like, you're in charge of this place now, Jimbo. This is your kingdom, or something like that. And he's like... And they like, do this, like... What do you call it? It's almost like a tease, or like a... What do you call it? Like, they act like it's gonna be something dirty, but it's just Hot Wheels. Like, he's just like... They're like, we can do whatever you want. And he's like, oh, well, I want you to play with my... Hot Wheels! Like,
yeah, it's so ridiculous.
It's like,
and then the movie's actually over. So, that was Evil Bong. I had a time.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure
it was an interesting time. I'm not sure what that was, but it was an interesting time. I had fun with it. I really did. I had more fun with it than I expected to have, and yeah.
In that case, I guess we have to check out Evil Bong 2, King Bong now.
Do we have to?
I'm kidding.
Good.
I'm kidding. We can do that next 420.
Okay. I'm more okay with that, actually. Just like making a tradition, just like with Leprechaun.
The annual King Bong, or the annual Evil Bong, sorry. King Bong's the name of the sequel. The annual Evil Bong viewing.
Yeah, it's just that time of year from St. Patrick's Day to 420, I'm just like really upset. It's like, DL, what's wrong? Well, it's that time of the year where I have to watch Leprechaun and then Evil Bong.
Oh, it looks like me weed. No.
Oh, fuck.
Let's just be glad we never had a crossover, because that
God.
Honestly,
it looks like me. Jesus Christ.
But honestly, it's a fun film. I think if you are one who smokes weed, you might enjoy it. If you are smoking at the time of watching it.
Yes. It's
because like, that's the best way to watch this, because we both watched this sober, and that's probably the wrong decision.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely don't watch it sober or alone. At least don't watch it both sober and alone. But yeah.
At least do one of the two.
At least either have friends or be high or both. But regardless, that was a time. Thank you for having me again.
Of course. You're always welcome. And I mean, I felt like we had to cover this just because of like I know you're not like, you don't know anything about like weed really.
I don't.
As much as like most people at least. But like you caught on pretty well with some things. Like, yes, that's a way too big bong, and like they are not using it correctly at all.
No.
Nor are they reacting correctly.
No, nobody in this movie acted correctly in any capacity. But yeah, that was the movie.
Yeah. So next time we'll be checking out My Favorite Martian for real this time.
Yes.
And and that'll be a trip. I know you have a lot to say about that one as well.
I've already seen it, so yeah. I can't wait.
Yeah. But yeah, be sure to follow us here on Spotify or on Apple now. We're also available on Apple Podcasts at this time. And I have everything uploaded onto YouTube, and it'll be simul-releasing with our with our podcast schedule as well. So, listen to us wherever you listen to us. Subscribe or follow us on those platforms. Email me at broadcasterelsewhere@gmail.com for any suggestions you may have. And I think that's about it for us today. So, this is Enigma.
This is DL.
And we're signing off.